Okay, while we wait for this gold or for crude oil to set up here for a possible long, it's trading 55.22. I'm just going to review some of the swings and then some of the new ones that I'm watching. So right now, trading 13.26. I'm just going to bring up the swing trade report, the last one here. So my gold short trade is 1/20th size at 13.1978. And so that's a short at 13.1978, 1/20th size. And I'm looking for a pullback at one of these marks. So we're getting really close to the first, the second here, 13.78, and then this one here. The fourth, I don't know if I would hold to, but I'm going to add at each one of these. Now, I wouldn't doubt that we see the second and even possibly the third, but I'm absolutely convinced that it's not getting up over the third, that channel there. So that's about as simple as that is. In terms of sizing, really I'm going to scale as I go through the three if I get there. So there's no fantastic trade play there other than I just don't believe that gold's going to run, and we'll see if I'm right. Nike. Oil still under pressure at 55.19. So Nike is a breakout play. It's hard to see this chart, but the decision is in and around 85.14. It's trading 85.64. You can see how its low of day was 85, so it's right in around that 85, 85.14. I'm in long 84.84. If it builds a nice base up here, then I'll add for first target of 88.65, trim into it, add above for the next target of 91.39, and then the ultimate target is 93.31. Now at that point, if it got up and over, I would continue to, I guess what would actually be the ultimate target, 101.35. So we'll see if we get the breakout of previous highs. So that's a real simple breakout trade. I'm holding it real tight. By the way, oil's coming off again, 55.16. ARWR has been a really nice swing trade. It's got a well-developed channel. It's an algorithmic channel, but you can see how it uses the mid pivot. And so I'm confident in the channel. And every time that it gets near the bottom of this channel, we'll add. Right now it's up against resistance, but I expect that once it gets right into here, March 19th, it'll break up. And if we see that happen, I might even add without getting to the bottom of the channel. And we're looking for an initial target around the 27.59 range, early April. And then if you extend up into the next target, it would be in the 31.34 range. So we're looking for a double for entry. So I'm hoping to either get an add up over the trading box or near the support on the algorithmic channel. And we're really confident in this channel. So that's ARWR. That's been a great trade. Google. Just want to bring up the swing report here. So Google swing long starter position at 11.35. It's trading 11.1782, so I'm just offside on it. This is a messy chart. I'll blow this up for you. So you can see the target zone. I've got a bounce off the key support here. It's in at 11.18 area, 11.17, 11.18. It's got upside resistance of the 200 MA on the daily in around 11.35 right now, 33. And I have no doubt that one of these trajectories is going to happen. It's got upside resistance 11.28 area, and we're looking for a minimum 11.58. But really, if you follow the trajectory of these targets. Let's go back to the noisy chart. First target in around 1158, but this one here is the first real target in terms of a swing, 1214.17, and ultimately I'm looking for 1317.72. If it gets really bullish, then you're way up in here in the 16 range. But for now, we're just working one step at a time. If we do build a base here, and we get up and over a few of these resistance points, then I'll add to it. The algorithmic channel is this yellow line here. It did dip below it, but that was in that December downturn. So I'm confident in that one also. XOM, this was an earnings play that went well. So we were down in here. We now have the 20 crossed over the 50. We got a great spike. It actually retraced and then spiked again. Now it got right into resistance, the 200 MA, and we're looking for a target of 85.61. So this has been a fantastic play also. Your near-term resistance is 79.10, and then your next resistance is 81.53, and then there's another one here at 81.96. So you just trim into each, add above, and do the same thing. Make sure you take profit along the way at each. And that's been a great play. The only other one that I have on the go right now that I can think of is DWT long, short oil, and I'm a little offside on it, but with today's action, I might get right side on that. And I wasn't worried about it because it was a small starter. It was bad timing. It wasn't a good trade entry, but I've been saved by the Trump tweet, I think. And it was very small, 1 day trade or 2 day trades takes care of it. So that's the existing swings. Now I'm going to bring up some that it'll take me about 5 minutes to bring them up. I'm going to bring some up onto the screen that I'm watching. Okay, so I'll, as I review these, I'll bring them up. So this is XRT, this is the retail ETF. There's a number of retail earnings this week. It's up 0.62% today, trading 45.43. I like the fact that the price is over the 100 MA with the 20 MA underneath. So in other words, I'm looking for a bounce from here to the 200 MA at 47.48. It's not a big trade. But I think there's a high probability we're going to get there. So I'll very likely enter this trade here sometime in the next 24 to 48 hours. I'm just going to set myself an alarm of a high of day in the 45.73 range. I'm actually expecting a number of surprises in the retail sector. So that's XRT, and it's a real simple 200 MA play. Next one is SYK, striker. So this is a breakout, and its extension over its breakout is what I'm watching. So all you do, this is a real simple way to trade breakouts. So you take this previous extension, which actually is here, and you go like this. And then all you do, I won't tell you, I won't get into the details of how I know that's where the extension is supposed to be, the measurement. You'd have to watch the masterclass series or whatever and get some coaching. So right now we're trading 18831. There is a price extension. Now this isn't scientific, but it's going to be close enough. There's a price extension right here at 19284. There's a really high probability that once it gets there, it's going to retrace to its 50% and then go another full extension. So what am I saying? I'm saying that I'm very probably going to be taking a trade long for that first target and then the second target, which would be the retracement, and then the up from there. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to place my alarm at high of day 18969. If we continue bullish through the week, then this will be one of those trades. I want to see how today settles out. Oil's got a bounce here, by the way. So that's striker. Oil trading 55.19, got down into the 55.10 area here. Next one's NVDA. Now this is the daily chart on NVDA. I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but there is a quasi gap here. And the way that the gap is formed structurally, if you do a simple trend line here, now this is just because I know the structure of charting after doing a gazillion of them, and there you've got an actual target when that 200 MA meets over here at about 208. So what am I going to do? Over high of day today, I'll take it along into the 100 MA, trim at the 100 MA, wait for it to retrace, go again, and my target's going to be 208. I know it sounds extreme, but it's very, very possible. So 165.28 is my high of day. So that's NVDA. Now, I know very well it might not get to that 200 MA. So just to be clear, the first target's that 100 MA. The second target would be right in around here, 186.85. Third target right in around 188.81. And then you would just work up your previous candles in here. That's all I'm saying for targets. So 100 MA, then the bottom of these candles, and then your 200. Well, the top of your candles then next, and then your 200. So that's NVDA. Oil's holding its bounce so far, 55.21, about to test the 50 MA on the other side. It's looking fairly decent here. Oil hit the underside of the 50 MA here on the 1 minute, trading 55.22. Okay, Apple. So I don't know if you can see the structure on your screen, but this is basically a bullish breakout scenario where its first resistance is going to be this 100 MA right around 181.66, trading 174.33. It's not my favorite, but over its previous high here, I'm going to look at a long. Now your 200 MA is up here in the 191.60 range. It's iffy. It's not the best of the bunch, but I'm definitely looking at it long. Johnson & Johnson's the next one. I don't know if you recall, but it sold off here recently. So you can see the 200 MA on the daily. It's got a build up off of it. I was going to take the trade and I didn't. Actually, 3 different times I was going to take this trade. Now what it's showing is a possible pivot price extension. So it's up against a pivot right now. I won't get into exactly how I know that, but I do know that over about 138 is really interesting for a full extension upside. So I'm going to relook at this at 138. That's Johnson & Johnson. It might be too late on that one, but we'll see. The next one is FNSR. FNSR. So this is the daily chart. Here again, another pivot with a possible full price extension. So I'm watching this pivot test right now, and it fully comes in after this gap fill here, up here in its previous high at 25.37. I want to see how that forms out, and then I'm possibly going to go long over top of that. But we're a little ways away here. So I'm going to go 25.30, set an alarm. This one's a little bit early yet. $25.30. Okay, and that's it. So those are the swings that I'm looking at right now. And oil, by the way, is getting a bit of structure. So I'm just going to stop the recorder, and if we get an oil trade